Let's do a boomerang.
Keep it.
He'll do a boomerang.
boomerang. Do you know how?
Keep it light?
He'll do a boomerang. Do a boomerang with flash. Ready?
I'm just doing a video.
Do a boomerang. Ready? 1, 2, 3, flip.
Yeah, I can't, sorry.
Flip back.
There's too many cameras in the vision. One camera at a time.
My camera.
One camera
Yeah, you
rule.
go first. You do yours first.
Everyone, jazz hands.
I have faith in you.
Boomerang. 3, 2,
With the flash.
1. There you go.
Oh wait, we don't have to go backwards. It's a boomerang.
But the flash is better.
Who's got faith in who?
He'll put the
Get into the mood, Priya.
Come on, Priya.
been in you my whole life.
Thank you guys.
Enjoy it.
You're over it. You guys are rented India.
Gosh, such a hipster. Sorry, I'm tearing my arm hairs out. It's killing me. Well, I have been just because it's really satisfying and I want to see it. So I probably don't have to. I don't know, Priya sort of said you rub it off. This is like pretty hard to get. And I'm too scared to get water on it actually. Patrick one was really good. Look at that.
Oh.
Sorry, I don't know why I'm like.
No, just hold it still so we can take a photo. She does.
I'm taking a video.
Oh, okay, great. And then I just hit me roasting her. I'm like, hey,
Looks
Jackie, you want
great.
to take a photo? And she's like, thing.
Thanks, Zax.
You say, wow, that recent.
1960?
1960.
That's when my dad was born.
You were born?
Tony, not me. Tony.
Yeah, I know.
Big Tony.
and again, British left. They realized that it's untenable. French left. In Pondicherry, there was also a French colony. They left. And Portuguese wouldn't leave. Okay, they tried it. They wouldn't leave. So Indian government had to send army because Goa and there was other couple of territories north of Bombay, Diu, Daman, okay, and they were also Portuguese. So 1960, I remember. The reason I remember,
We were here.
first year I was in high school, and the army came, and they set up their tents in our high school playground.
Wow. Oh my God.
I collected many stones here in our group.
But why, if Goa was a target, why Solapur was not?
It's a near 300 kilometers.
And not only that, a lot came from Hyderabad. Secunderabad, one of the major army cantonment or area where they train. So when they send the people, also from
Good one.
their infantry came from Pune. And so they were at different staging areas before they reached ultimate destination. And when operation started, it was no resistance, no nothing. That's why Saint Xavier, okay, he was a missionary, and British love to save our souls.
Under the guise of doing something like a moral higher calling.
Yep.
We all know it's for the pocket.
And that's the funny part is, India has become many times more religious, and if you look at the statistics, very fewer and fewer people in the United States go to church. Fewer and fewer
people in United States.
go to church. Correct.
I mean, it depends. Like maybe in the south of America, you might see slower declines, but I think
South
even
America
there,
or the South U.S. states.
yeah, south of the United States. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, if you look at the Latin and South America.
Yeah.
It is a Spanish Catholic domination. Okay, and up north we have all Presbyterian, it's British stock,
Southern Baptists.
and there is one. But
Oh.
again, generally they did the study, statistics. It's interesting how many people go to church. That's why they're selling churches, Catholic Church,
It's not good business?
to maintain.
Tax free, but
No, but if you don't have people coming in, they are not going to put donations, and you cannot run a
That's
school.
what I said, it's not good business.
So that's why we have Indian gurus now.
Yeah.
They are being replaced. So places up north,
Yeah.
and they also occupied Bombay harbor, and when Brits married one to other, and they Portuguese gave that area to British as a dowry. That's how that's how it became British possession. Before British became dominating, so dominating power that time was French. Portuguese were ahead of occupation-wise. Portuguese were ahead.
How are you? Good to see you.
You remember?
Yeah, of course.
Every year.
Every year, see you.
Hello.
He's a good cook. He's a really good cook.
Yeah,
nice.
the best cook of Solapur.
Yep.
Nice.
You can ask veg, non-veg, seafood, whatnot.
Yep. And roadkills.
I heard you get down and do your little hi. Nice to see you. Is it really nice?
Yeah, this could be our car.
Did you go
You were talking
visit
about
last
us.
night?
It's like
It's racing strike.
We're getting the mattress. Oh yeah.
What are you doing?
Hi. Hello.
Bananas! It's so pretty.
After 2 months, it will become come to the harvest.
Will you take a picture
It's
of me
now
from a
you-
banana plant?
of course. She wants a photo with a banana. Reason. Very cool.
Oh, I look bad. Okay.
So 2 more months.
Yeah, 2 more months it will become. It will come for harvesting. You will ripen.
How do you do it? How do you harvest this?
We say harvesting. We cut from here,
Way up high.
then put the branches. Then for 3 branches, and then it will go to the market, in the supermarket.
Wow.
Then you can eat, no? You can purchase from supermarket, no?
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the process. We have small seedlings. We take some seedlings.
This should go wrong.
Hey, over here.
Boys, in here. We're in the banana plant.
Nico,
Yeah. No, we're alone.
we'll
Wandering through the trees.
yeah, come.
Sam, come on.
Just it's what we call it's pre-stage. Here, look. This is really pre-stage.
Wow.
From here,
Pre-stage
can-
bananas.
they're coming out.
Whoa.
You can.
That's so cool.
You can see here.
Yeah, I see. Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So those leaves like fall off. The big leaves come down.
So pretty.
It's coming out. Then you can this one stay.
Wait, I want to take a video.
Yeah.
Me walking.
Isn't it relaxing?
Put it like
Oh, it's dripping.
yeah. It's a very dangerous, no? Don't go.
I love it in here.
Why do you break those
Because
off?
when you can watch this is liquid, no? When you drop in your cloth.
Just imagine.
It's very relaxing.
Oh, I see.
You can,
Stains?
yeah, stain. It becomes stain.
Interesting.
I love it in here.
Why do you break up?
I love it
No,
in
it's
here.
a process.
This is
You must
amazing.
want to break. This is the
Let's lay
final.
some mattress down,
You look.
have a pillow.
These are real
Eat a
bananas.
banana.
This is the last stage. You want to cut from here. These are the useful bananas, no?
So cool.
Yeah. These are the final. Okay? These are uneven. Okay? That is the final stage. Then you want to cut from here. This is for our use. These are real bananas. No?
Now they grow in size.
Priya, drink some of this.
No. You can remove from your cloth, no? You can't remove any.
It's like
nobody
papaya
came
sap.
here. This is sap, no? This is a pretty sap, no? Look, this is a stage. Nico Baba. This is the stage.
Is the first stage?
Yes. हे की इथे डाग पडू देऊ नको त्यांना सांग
Guys,
अंगावरचे डाग पडले ना
if
ते
this liquid-
कशानेच निघत नाहीत
if this liquid, I mean, you accidentally soak your cloth with this liquid, you try your best, you can't get rid of these stains. Come on, that's why, that's like it, Nikki. Slightly more.
What you are doing?
At the age of 30, Nikki has beatings from his own uncle.
He can't be
That's like it, Nico. Acha.
Tell them.
So basically, these are rectangular or squarish
Sira.
shapes. You can distinct it by these partitions right now, right? So eventually, now it's in the growing stage. Once it passes the growing stage, and then the ripening stage will start. At that time, these distinctions, partition will vanish, and it will turn into round. They'll start growing in size. They'll start becoming yellow, and that's when
Then we'll cut the.
That's the time when it's time for earning money.
Nice.
How long until they're ready?
How long till it ripes?
It will take from that stage
Right.
to harvesting
Right.
3 months.
Okay. Harvesting is the final stage.
First stage to last stage, 3 months.
And how far are they now? These one. This one.
1 mahina? 2 mahine?
This is for 1 month.
1 month.
One month left.
It will take 2 months again.
Okay. Start.
This is 15 days. Which one? This one, Nico. There's आता मी मोडलं ना ते कमळ. This is 15 days stage. 15 days.
Oh, okay. So that's how it starts. So that's the first stage. This is the first stage. This is the second stage. You can see the cone right. This plant.
I love banana plants.
Niku, let's go.
These are irregular.
I feel famous.
Sorry.
I feel famous.
Oh, you are famous.
Now I know.
You are my sister. These are the mango trees over here.
Oh, this is my dream.
The mango trees.
Ambabai tree.
So when Priya came here for the first time, and she started running in these fields with no clothes on, with just small pants, that's when we named her Ambabai.
No way.
Oh yeah.
That's a lie.
No, that's not the lie.
It is my tree. What is Ambabai?
So basically, Ambabai has two names. So basically, commonly it is known as a grumpy, notorious lady. Grumpy, notorious lady. And in some parts of this country, it is also known as one of the lady gods. Again, the angry, grumpy lady god. The one who... So every god is distinguished in this country with some qualities. So there's one lady god who gives you education. The one lady god who gives you money. So there's Ambabai is the one who punishes people for doing wrong stuff. So Ambabai, she's like grumpy, ferocious, naughty.
You want to eat? Is it good?
Yeah. Yes.
Sugar again?
Yes.
Yeah, sugar. We can. Yes.
Sugarcane. That's sugarcane. Alright, we'll arrange the sugarcane for you at home. In the meantime, we'll just finish the tour.
Banana garden.
So, Indian agricultural industry was gifted with drip irrigation by Israelis.
We started from India.
Yes.
Really? When?
Israeli. Many years back.
Why were
This
you
is their invention. Drip irrigation?
after independence? Or?
Yes.
It started from
After the Second World War.
The second one.
That's somewhere around the 60s or 70s, I believe.
That's something the Brits have no idea about. It rains all the
Drip
time.
irrigation was Israeli invention.
Equally drought.
So they are smaller than Maharashtra, but the highest agricultural manufacturers and exporters in the world.
Israel.
Israel. And so Israeli predominantly is a desert area. It's a very dry area. But look at
This is also great banana
their
garden.
inventions and
No.
their way of agriculture or water harvesting and water restorations, the way they have treated their own land, that today being the smallest country, one of the smallest country, smaller than the state of Maharashtra, and they're the highest exporters in the world.
They're predominantly pushing desalination now.
For 10 years.
What's that?
So they take ocean
salt
water
out
and
of
they
water.
push it through this block and they can get fresh water out.
Oh yeah, like Dubai, like UAE.
That area is all
For drinking purpose only, no?
for drinking it.
All drinking.
It's like they can do it, but how efficient can they do it, right?
They're doing it really.
is not-
They're the
it is
leaders.
very
of
expensive.
efficiency.
That's
That's
awesome.
awesome. Israel specifically.
The first one was the
Salty water
first one to
cannot
try this for Gulf, UAE, Gulfs.
It's just a lot of energy put in.
Even Singapore
Seems like it's worth it.
purchases water from the neighboring countries for drinking. So in India, if you see the gas, what you use for burning your the burners for cooking purpose, there's a meter fixed on it. So you get a monthly bill as to how much gas you use. You know. Similarly in Singapore, you have a small meter
water,
for water. Like similarly like electricity, there's a water meter. It's so expensive. Let's go. Oh, hello. And this jeep is older than me. This was purchased, I believe, in some 70s, 1970s or 80s. My birth year is 1986.
Does it work?
Oh yeah, it's used for getting the laborers from other village to this village. So pick up and drop service. Bapu, ye kya घेतली आपण?
Upper friend, what is your name? Eddie. Yeah, what is his name? Yeah. Eddie?
You drove this?
They're not right.
आपण ही केव्हा घेतली बापू?
79.
79. She's older than me.
Older than Sangram. Hey, 1 month. Sangram is older.
So I've called dips with this. I've called dips with this car.
At that time,
I have refrained him from selling this car. This is my gift from Bapu.
at that time, even now, the roads are not good. You can't drive
These
this
cars.
car and so and so.
On muddy
That
roads.
I can use it.
You don't get stuck as easily.
It's a heavy one. It's a military type. You know.
You know these
No
old
shock
Billy
absorb.
Jeeps
You
used
can-
by Britishers?
Feel like a horse riding when you sit on this one.
It's like the similar what we had in Bandipur.
Yeah.
Same rides. Alright guys, let's go.
So, Carol? Yes. You make a good veal chop.
Let's go. I don't understand. Let's go.
Don't be scared of me.
So this house, guys, can you smell something?
Yes, sure.
Deliciousness.
That's, you know, in older days over here in this part, or rather the western part of Maharashtra.
Oh, it's stuck. Help it.
Yeah. Relax. Alright guys,
Go help it.
so the western part of Maharashtra,
That's
most of the
sad.
villages during like a decade back never had their own houses. Especially I'm talking about the countryside in the farms.
Okay, I'll go
So
ahead and
they had a shed made out of wood and dry leaves and twigs and grass, and they had a floor. So the floor used to be made of mud. So you know what they should do to cover the mud? So it's a common practice is they collect cow dung, right? Add some water in it, slight water in it, make it slightly non-dry, like wet, and they spread the cow dung equally in uniformly throughout the floor under the shed and let it dry for an hour. It becomes so tough that you can actually play cricket on it, and that becomes a floor for people to use. So when I come here, so I was born in 86, so I lived in Devdi, this place. That was my house. This is where Bapu used to live. This house where the clothes have been hung right now.
That was
That was the
your
house.
parents' house?
This house is recently constructed 2 years back. Until 2 years back, Bapu used to live over here. So this house, I lived here from 1987 to 1990. I lived here for 3 years. So I grew up every day morning. There used to be one caretaker for me, and 24/7 just to keep a watch on me, because I was a very mischievous kid. So when Pooja, Aditi, my sisters and my dad came to meet me one fine day, they came the same way with their car, and they saw Madhav, that is me, with this height, wearing no clothes, just one small underwear, and I had one chicken, a living chicken in my left hand, and the other chicken was on my head, and I was walking, and there were 2 dog puppies following me, and one fully grown lady, a caretaker who was appointed just to keep a watch on me. So that's how, so when I smell all these things, it's like walking into nostalgic lanes. I remember my childhood, these animals, the cow dung, like people used to just spread the cow dung on the floor. So this place where Bapu has constructed used to be a small hut shade where all the labourers used to live. So the owner, the main farmer used to live here, and the labourers used to live here. And I'll show you, we are in all 16 cousins. We all grew up together. So all 16 cousins with Bapu and dad, and we all used to swim together in a well. We all learned how to swim in a well. So this is very similar to all other children in the same region. They all learn how to swim only in the well. There is no swimming pool or a canal or a dam over here. So I'll show you this way. So Nikki used to get me nice, Appa and Nikki sometimes used to get us nice boats, the battery operated boats, fancy looking boats. We used to play that boats in the well, or whatever is floating on it. But earlier it used to be clean. Okay,
whoa, look at
what
those.
the hell is that?
There's some nature happening over there.
Yeah, he's not having it, dude.
Oh yeah, he's in some mood. He's in Goa mood. Let's go. You see this field? This is a grape field. These are the grape plantations. This is a well made up out of stone wall. One of the rare wells. I'll show you from the other angle.
Very cool.
This is where we store water. There is no other water resource, so we have to just store the water in the well. In this region, the well gets dry. They go dry. After you keep pumping out the water, eventually they go dry. So whenever you are supplied water by the government, you have to store it in the well. So this region, Devdi, is one of the most water scarcity prone, water drought area, or a drought prone areas of Maharashtra. So I mean, we have a lift. So the meaning of lift means we have a pipelines. So this is Devdi, and our pipelines go up to 20 kilometers away, 25 kilometers away, and there's a small lake or a pond which has water, and we lift the water from that pond, push it the 25 kilometers and get it to Devdi. So an average farmer actually has to lift the water from 25 kilometers away with his own cost. And the government, I mean, everyone is helpless because government doesn't do anything. So So that's the reason every farmer, or at least people like us who has 300 or 200 or 100 acres of land, they have multiple wells to store water. So these grapes usually are exported to Europe. They have these standards which has to be maintained, the sugar quantity, the shine, the size, the variety of grapes. Maybe after a month or two they will start clipping off the grapes and they will send it to the association which exports the grapes further. If you don't clip the grapes and you keep them on the plant for some more time, then they become entitled, or they are apt for Indian market, because Indians like more sweet. Americans and European markets are slightly on a lesser sugar side. And of course, even also because if you clip it on an early stage, by the time you process and transport it and export it, it takes good 10-15 days by ships. By the time they again get matured and there's more sugar by the time you guys have it, have it at your own houses. So now the water is relatively full. What we do over here is, if you feel, if you're hot, if you want to have a dip, take your clothes off, go back there and there's a particular oil these people add to this water so that the oil floats on the water and it reduces the evaporation rate. That's the grape. This is the bottle gourd.
Wow.
That's all of the palm.
Have you seen the shade balls?
Where's
the village reservoir?
The village is 2 kilometers inside. Now we'll be going to the village. So we'll be going to the village where all of them are Thorats. So the village is inside. This is near the highway. So my grandpa, who initially we used to live in village. Guys, you wait here. I'll get our cars and then we'll proceed to the place where there's a cooked rice and dal and one veggie.
Oh, it's in that huge pot.
Yeah. Because many people are poor, so the parents can't give them tiffins. That's the reason again the government thought of it, and this midday meal is applied to.
You're so shy.
Because they know better. Because people out in the country are like, fuck you, dog. I will put you down. No, they're giggling.
Who won the game?
I don't know how the rules work, so after I did my home run,
won?
yeah.
Cricket.
Well, I mean, I heard Colin hit a huge home run.
But then after that, I don't know what I don't know what to do.
Didn't run. He was like, what do I do?
He just watched it.
Gentleman over here is a principal of 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Thank
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
See you next year.
Okay, next time. Yeah. Oh, welcome.
That's a small well. Anyways, let's go. Ito sir.
I've already taken my pictures.
Alright, look over here. Wait, look over here.
The house.
Oh.
Take off your sunglasses.
The last room of this house was also used for maternity. So her delivery took place in this house. It was a dark house and I don't know why they used to they used to love to torture the pregnant ladies by dark rooms, hot water and the natural way of delivery. So there were no hospitals back then. I'm talking about 1970s, 60s. Forget electricity, there were no doctors. So this area was a common area where everyone would come, sit, talk, a small every village had its own government called as Gram Panchayat. हा? कुठलं? आपलं हेच आहे ना?
पलीकडला वाडा तुमचा. इथला घ्या. तेव्हा इथे एक आहे. ही एक आहे घ्या.
Is it?
It is a house. He's like we call Wada, W-A-D-A.
Wada.
So to own a Wada is a big thing because it's made up of stone. It's very expensive. So my grandpa and his fathers had, well, that time they were one of the big people. They constructed it. However, it seems that we have multiple Wadas in Devdi. This was not the only house. We had multiple houses, but this is where everything started.
Oh,
even that is ours. Even that stone house is ours. We didn't have houses, but we have Wadas. One to live, one to store grains, one for something else. This was my grandpa's first small shop.
This was?
Yeah. That's what he's saying.
Anna?
Yeah.
Do you know him, Abba?
Yes. This used to be a house earlier. Now it's just an empty place like the fort in Solapur.
मोठं इंजन होतं. इथं हवड होता. इंजन होतं आपलं.
तिथे हे कशासाठी वापरायचं वाडा?
ही गाई.
हां.
आपलं तेलाचं घाणं होतं.
So basically, this was a storehouse for. They used to keep the cattle here. They used to keep the grains here. They used to have a small well over here. They used to store the oils over here. So now we have rented. Apparently we have rented these premises for this wheat. It's a wheat. What's it called? Flour machine. Flour machine. So they are dumping the wheat grains from above, and that's where you get the flour.
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
Oh, that's corn, not wheat. Corn. All right, he's smiling. This store is made of seafood. I wouldn't venture. There are many snakes and they don't reach this Purats and all. We don't go down in front of them. So as a result, all these local politicians, even though they are very sweet on our face, what they do is whenever they are the one who are in the main headquarters for the framing the policies and all. What they do is they frame the policies and screens in such a manner that these 2-3 villages are bypassed. Because if you don't obey them, if you don't bow down to them, they will not give you services and facilities. And that's the reason. That's how it is.
They don't know English.
Yeah, I think.
Way easier.
Yes.
Seems better. Careful with those fingers. Cleaver. Huge French ass.
Nice.
It is not good. Take it for you.
I'm not gonna say no. Thank you. Much easier.
You.
Oh yeah. So easy. Well, for me.
Then it become easy.
Yeah.
Do all these things, no? You can. It will now become easy.
right here.
Oh my god, I almost fell back. Ooh. So good.
Okay.
There you go. Oh, sweet.
What?
Well, literally, I said it. Eat your sugar. Does Priya like this?
Priya, who's that? Priya likes sleeping.
Everyone.
Foggy's on the back.
Daddy's calling.
Wow.
Yes.
Ooh, I got bit.
Nico, Baba.
Your whiskey is on the ground right there. I was busy trying to eat. Yeah, you were like, someone.
Nikhil, you do like this, huh?
I see. Mine's too small to do that.
It's really nice, yeah.
It's so nice he like is here. You know, that he's still here, your brother. It's great.
There are maybe 10-15 houses. They will open a small one-room school and they will have a teacher. So the kids do not have to travel a couple of kilometers when there are no school buses. Okay, so that's what happens. So we have in our village about 8 to 10 these small schools around. So once the kid is 5th grade, right, then you have to go to that bigger school you saw.
Oh, okay. They weren't even. That was like for everywhere. That place.
That place is for the kids, okay, who are now for all the people, okay, in the village. But up to 5th, you know, there will be 20 kids here, 20 here, 20 there. But after 5th or 4th, something, they must attend the village school.
It's like the 4Z schools. Then we have the middle school, and then we have the Algonquins.
Correct.
Similar. Well, it's not the same exactly, but
Similar.
Yeah, similar.
That's what they did.
Except for it was one teacher.
And that's why when I was in school,
different scale.
Okay, up to 1 to 7, total number of kids were 100. Out of that, 70 will show up.
What didn't show up?
Truancy. Okay, but on paper we have kids of age 5 to 10, about 100. Okay, but if you take the roll call, there will be over 70 kids because parents had their own reasons. Now we have how many kids in the school?
I think they said 130.
130 in the lower school and 350 in the whole thing.
Okay, so you are talking about 500. That time when I was there, total was 100.
It's pretty crazy.
Okay, and that's the
Total
key.
for all grades. 100.
And I was talking with some kid. Okay, somebody says, "Oh, there are 2 kids from Devdi. They are in the United States." And I said, "Who are they?" So I found one, and he and his wife both are software engineers somewhere in Oregon. And I said, "There is a 3rd kid." He said, "I don't know. I lost contact, but I will find him in the U.S." He did. After 1 week, he called me. So he lives in works in New York City, lives outside the New York. His wife also works in the same. He's IT guy and she's IT, and they have 10-year-old kid and 1 7-year-old kid. I said that's good. So now now I know who is who, and I told them. I said I tracked Nana. His name was Nana. So they're all happy. So okay, now we know who is who. So there's a lot of changes. Good changes. Education is the right thing.
Most important.
Yeah. But I love this place. Every time I come, it brings 50-year-old and memories. We left Devdi, or didn't leave, but the house, small house, was built in 1960. My father, and then he used to come every weekend. My mother took care of us.
Yeah. 50-year-old memories. It's pretty crazy. It's hard because you only look 29, so it doesn't make any sense.
I thought I was 28.
I'm sorry. Bing, bing.
You are
All your life.
Yep.
I'm his favorite nephew.
And I'm the favorite niece, so it's
Rather than
perfect.
favorite kid ever.
No.
No.
Who's your favorite?
Of course, Priya. Madhav.
ओल्ड मान्छे हे करणार आहे ना प्रिया
Because in old age,
Yes.
he can take a
Priya will take
care.
care.
Nobody can take
That's
care.
right. I'll take care of you, Bapu. You
Yep.
and my dad next to
Yep.
each other
Yep.
in the nursing home that I choose.
Wow.
My next visit, Mom will be married.
You, Madhav. What is your answer?
I am obviously avoiding and ignoring the question.
Playing with my yo-yo. Don't know about
Will be married too.
No, Niku. Everyone, Niku, Papa. Come here.
Give me the yo-yo.
Yeah.
So, Priya is in search of an Indian husband.
Senior. Not question of seniority and juniority.
In weddings they go seniority and junior.
We'll do it,
Together.
Nice.
One,
Yep.
under one shed.
Yep.
What do you think we have to do? Find a bride.
Brides, they can't share one.
You need 2 brides and a husband.
And dude, we need one
You got a lot
person
to
to
do.
sacrifice his life for you. You are not easy to live with.
His bottle.
Salah.
Salah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.